Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
Today, remember that we have taken so many lessons from Kitab al-Tawheed. Tonight, we are going to take something related to it at the same time, and that is Babu ma ja'a fi kathratil half, where people, in every word, every sentence, every moment, every conversation, they keep on swearing in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Regardless of whether they are saying what is true or not. That's another, then that becomes a level above at times. So both of these issues are what we are going to talk about bi'idhnillahi ta'ala based on the hadith, or a hadith which we are going to read here in front of you. قال الله تعالى واحفظوا أيمانكم. Al-Ayman, Jam'u Yameen, which means to take oath. Al-Hifz means to protect, to preserve. Here, based on the tafsir of Ibn Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu, is that يريد لا تحلفوا, أي Allah Azza wa Jalla يريد أن لا تحلفوا, meaning that you should not take half oath. And that is, of course, naturally, if it becomes an aada, it's a culture in certain countries, regardless of your language, that every time they talk, they will say Wallah, Billah, Tallah. And then there are other people from other countries, they are also practicing Muslims as them. It may go for weeks or months and they never say Wallah. So it becomes an aada, culture in certain countries or in certain regions, which is also not good anyway. Regardless of whether it's aada or not, but it is something to keep away from. عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول الحلف منفقة للسلعة ممحقة للكسب أخرجاه أي البخاري ومسلم. This hadith of Abu Hurairah, barakallahu fikum, he said that I heard him sallallahu alayhi wa sallam saying Al-halfu munfiqatun lis-sil'ati, meaning that when you take oath, you will be able to proceed with the sale. You will be successful in selling initially, which probably if you had not said Wallah, you may not have been able to sell it, or it just makes it easier, quicker, better, more profit, and so forth. Al-halfu munfiqatun lis-sil'ati. It means that when you are just selling a product like that, $2, $3, people will come, look at it and go. And if it is something which is more expensive, then they will go around it for a while. But the moment you say, by Allah, this is the price, you won't find a price like that in the market. Or you may say that this is the amount I've been offered. Say you are selling a car, for example, second-hand, or something similar to that, and you say, I've been offered this much, or you are selling a house. But because you are my neighbor, or you are from min tarfi akhi, from my brother, my brother has spoken to me, so I'm going to give you a discount of so and so and so. So these kind of things are possible, and people, they do say these things. But what is the scenario? What is the result of that? This is what we see, that yes, you may be able to sell it at a better price or in a quicker time, but mumhiqatun lil kasabi, but it destroys the barakah, the blessings which is there. First of all, if you have said what is true, that yes, you were offered extra, or yes, you want to give it to him because you like him, or because he's your neighbor, because he's your cousin, because he's a friend of your friends, or a friend of your brother, that's why you are giving him at a discount. So you never said a lie, but you did use the word Wallah. Even this has got question mark, because the scholars, they say you are using the name of Allah for something to do with this dunya, for worldly gains. Don't do it. So imagine when you are going to lie to that person in whatever you are selling, or you have doubts, but you are trying to seek the support of this half, this yameen, this oath, to make it look more legal, look more better presentable, more better presentation, better marketing. No, don't do that at all. Because you may make money, seemingly your bank balance probably will go more, but in long run you don't know what kind of negative it is going to bring to you or to those beloved to you. The hadith of Salman radiallahu ta'ala anhu, Salman here, scholars they say that it looks like Salman al-Farsi, it's only Salman mentioned here. And the Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam قال ثلاثة لا يكلمهم الله ولا يزكيهم ولهم عذاب أليم أشيميت زان وعائل مستكبر ورجل جعل الله بداعته لا يشتري إلا بيمينه ولا يبيع إلا بيمينه رواه الطبراني بسند صحيح. And remember, we are talking about Kitab al-Half, the chapters Bab al-Half related to taking oath. Now in this hadith, he says that Rasulullah, Salman narrates that Rasulullah ﷺ mentions of three people, three types of individuals. ثلاثة لا يكلمهم الله يوم القيامة. Sorry, this hadith is ثلاثة لا يكلمهم الله ولا يزكيهم, and that is يوم القيامة based on another hadith. ثلاثة لا يكلمهم الله يوم القيامة ولا ينظر إليه ولا يزكيهم ولا ينظر إليهم. And here it is only that Allah will not talk to these three types of individuals. ولا يزكيهم, and at-tazkiyah means purification. Here it means forgiving the sins. ولا يزكيهم وَلَهُمْ عَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ, and they will have severe punishment, painful punishment, adhab, and it is alim. Enough it would have been adhab, but in it is connected the word alim, painful. Adhab is punishment, alim is painful. That's with alif, not with ain. Ushaymit, tasghir, from the word of shamt. It means a person who is old and he commits zina. Naturally, a young man, referred to as hot-blooded, person who has got every reason to consider something haram if he doesn't have halal ways. And then this old man who should not have any reason, or most of what the young man has, he doesn't have that kind of things to make him commit what the younger one could end up with. And that's why this kind of warning and this kind of sin is related to this old man who commits adultery. Wal-'iyadhu billah, may Allah protect us from it. Ameen. وَعَائِلٍ مُسْتَكْبِرٍ, a poor man who is arrogant, which means normally arrogance is associated in quality to someone in which he has that kind of excellence. You will see a person who is not beautiful, not extremely nice looking, he will not take pride in saying, look. Have you seen a person who is 200 kg is showing his six packs? He only has one, right? He cannot show that. So, and when the moment the brothers, they make a little bit of pack, a little bit of here, they start to cut off their clothes. Why? They want to expose themselves. Isn't it true? Naam, it is. So only you show off, only you become arrogant if you have something you want others to be jealous of. If you have money, then you are arrogant. You shouldn't be. I am saying the natural result of الَّذِينَ لَا يَخَافُونَ اللَّهَ, those who do not fear Allah, or those who have weakness in their iman. So A'il here, the example is given of a person who is poor, miskin, and all these stuffs. He doesn't have enough to survive, or someone miskin, and he, on top of that, he shows his arrogance. What are you arrogant about? You have got nothing to show to people and take pride in anyway. It may not be he may not be the reason that that's the only amount he has. That's not what matters here. What really matters here is that he shouldn't be. And then on top of that, he doesn't have the quality to be like that anyway. وَرَجُلٌ جَعَلَ اللَّهُ بِدَاعَتَهُ لَا يَشْتَرِي إِلَّا بِيَمِينِهِ وَلَا يَبِيعُ إِلَّا بِيَمِينِهِ. And another type of individual, buying and selling for him is always with Wallahi wa billahi wa tallah, meaning that always he brings the name of Allah, always he brings Allah in. Buy Allah this much, I bought it for this much. Wallahi, this much? Is it this much? Yes, okay, I'm going to buy. Wallah. So it's not only that you are saying Wallah to sell it, you are also saying Wallah to buy it. So you're making that, don't do that. It's يَمْحَقُ اللَّهُ الْبَرْكَ فِيهِ. So don't do that, and it's something which is really discouraged. Barakallahu fikum. وفي الصحيح عن عمران بن حسين رضي الله عنه قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم خير أمتي قرني ثم الذين يلونهم ثم الذين يلونهم. قال عمران راوي الحديث فلا أدري أذكر بعد قرنه مرتين أو ثلاث قرنين أو ثلاثة ثم إن بعدكم قوم يشهدون ولا يستشهدون ويخونون ولا يؤتمنون وينظرون ولا يوفون ويظهر فيهم السمن. This hadith of Imran ibn Hussein, that he sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said that the best of the people are my generation, that's the Sahabas. And then after is the Tabi'een, Ashabul Ashab. And then after the Tabi'een. So he mentioned it 3 times. Imran, he mentions here, radiallahu ta'ala anhu, I'm not sure whether Rasulullah said it twice or thrice, the doubt is from him. There are other narrations from other Sahabas who mention it 3. So it means that that's why at times when the hadith itself is sahih, it's in Al-Bukhari or Muslim and other places. But the doubt here is from the Rawi. So Al-Imam Al-Bukhari, Al-Imam Muslim and others, when they narrate, they will narrate it exactly as it has been narrated to them. Verification with other narrations can be done, that's a different point. So he said that the best of the Quran are the 3 generations, Sahabas, Tabi'een, and Tabi'een. ثُمَّ إِنَّ بَعْدَكُمْ. Here is what is our concern. There will come people, يَشْهَدُونَ وَلَا يُسْتَشْهَدُونَ, that they are going to give shahada. Shahada means to give testimony on something. You go to court and say, yes, I saw him. He was driving fast and furious. And you were nowhere near it. You are just lying. Or you say, yes, when he was talking on the phone, I was with him in the masjid. And you were nowhere near the masjid at all. You don't even know the address of the masjid. I was here when he was talking and he was shouting and he was doing this and he was doing that. This is the shahada, the testimony which you are going to give. If it is of batil, it is something wrong. I get the examples of things which we shouldn't be bearing witness to, testimony to. Also, scholars, they say here, part of that is that you are not required to give testimony, and the person knows that you know this case, the one who has got the issue, the case, and he is not asking you, so you better don't do it. This is where either you are lying or you are not needed. Though the issue of not needed is easier, inshallah. But if you are needed, if you are summoned, meaning that they call you because you are witness to something and you are able to give the shahada without jeopardizing yourself, your life and others, that's very important to understand. And if this is where you have, and especially if the person, Sahib al-Qadiyya, the one whose case is in there, and he even doesn't know anybody who knows about him or can help him, and you know that if you go and give the testimony, his case would be sorted out, and you decide not to, then it is haram. Yeah, unless there is an obstacle, that's another issue, right? So قوم يشهدون ولا يستشهدون, and they were not even asked, and they decided to do it do haram things, and they have khayana. Khayana means that they cheat, they deceive, that do not fulfill the obligations of the amana given to them. And you cannot entrust on them, you can't trust them, and you cannot trust them. Barakallahu fikum. And then they may promise you things and they do not fulfill it. And وَيَظْهَرُ فِيهِمَ السَّمَنِ, and I will explain this one. I'm laughing because you will understand when I translate it. And then it will become obvious that they will go fat. So if I apply this on myself, I wouldn't be even mentioning this hadith here. But this is the linguistic meaning, but you need to understand the technical of it, the technicality of it. Shaykh al-Uthaymeen rahimahullah, rahmatan wasi'a alayhi inshallah, barakallahu fikum, he said, this is a mushkila, this is a problem, because as-sinna laysa min ikhtiyarihi. For him to go big or to small is not his choice. And in most cases it is, as you know. You may play a role in it, you may not play a role in it. So, and a lot of that has to do with the gene, the type of the body, and whatever. So he said that the meaning of this is not that actually whether you are big or whether you are small. It means that normally associated with the seminar is that people, they have a lavish life, they have a lot to eat, and all these things. So it means that if a person's focus is to enjoy his life and overlook the obligations of hereafter and progress in this joy of life above the limits, above what is permitted for him Islamically. So his entire life, or a good portion of it, is all about eating, drinking, restaurants and fashions and all this. This is what it means, not that if a person is big or someone who is small. Barakallahu fikum, related to the weight. So this is something, it's quite obvious. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us a lot in this dunya, especially being in New Zealand. Anyone who has the least of the income still is able to survive and live nicely. The last of the hadith, عن ابن مسعود أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال خير الناس قرني ثم الذين يلونهم ثم الذين يلونهم. So in this hadith it's clear 3 generations. ثم يجي قوم تسبق شهادة أحدهم يمينه ويمينه شهادته. وقال إبراهيم أي النخعي, and he's the greatest scholar of his time. كانوا يضربوننا على الشهادة والعهد ونحن صغار. Allahu Akbar. So the hadith is basically exactly the same as before, but here Ibrahim al-Nakha'i wa tarbiyah, upbringing of the children. He said that our elders, yadribunana, who will hit him? Elders. Al-Murabbi, the Ustad, or the father, the uncle, the elder brother, or someone. Related to the issue of giving shahada, testimony, related to oath, and related to things like this while we were young, meaning giving the tarbiyah. Part of the tarbiyah, there is no doubt about it, is that handing down a kind of punishment which is appropriate to what is being disobeyed. And we have gone through that in our time, in the process of us coming up and growing up. And we see that the result of that is that probably we are better than the generations coming. Here in this country, I always say that, and I openly would say it, and I will say it again. If your children, they go and break something somewhere, the father and the mother, they call you, they hang you. You have to pay for this. But if they do something which the law of the land says it's okay, and you try to stop them, you go where to? Jail. It's not a fabrication, that's what happens. Your child will take you to the jail. If you are a professional or even as a parent, due to LGBT now, and them, if they want to change something in themselves, and you advise them, if they go and complain, they will call you, they will do counseling, probably they will take your child away and let them do whatever rubbish they want to do. This is the way we are, this is the world which we are living in. Allah al-Musta'an, may Allah protect us, may Allah protect our children, may Allah make them choose what is appropriate and right and pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah make it easy on them in these hardships and difficulties and challenges in which we are at present, currently. If it is so much confusing for us as grown-ups, imagine what your children may be going through. May Allah make it easy, Ameen. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give nusra, victory, intisar, li ahli al-jihad, li ahli Filistin umuman. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give them victory ajilan ghayra ajil. اللهم انصر المجاهدين الذين يجاهدون في سبيلك لإعلاء كلمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم انقذ المسجد الأقصى من براثين اليهود الغاشمين. اللهم ارزقنا الصلاة فيه قبل الممات برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم انصرهم عاجلا غير آجل. اللهم عليك باليهود والسهائنة. اللهم عليك بأعدائك أعداء الدين يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم ارزق الشهادة على من مات من المسلمين. اللهم ارزق الشهادة لهم يا رب العالمين. اللهم اشف مرضاهم. اللهم اشف مرضاهم. اللهم يسر أمرهم وفرج كروبهم يا أرحم الراحمين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.